Hello, everyone. My name is Steve Gatter, and for most of my career, I was a moneylender to both consumers and to businesses. And when I finally escaped corporate in 2008, I was introduced to freelancing and startup businesses. As a moneylender, these were not borrower-worthy prospects and very new to me. But quickly, I came to realize that, wait a minute, that's what I really want to be. And so began this journey to figure out how to design and operate a sustainable and profitable freelance business. This research included more than a few trials and errors, lots of reading, and hundreds of conversations with entrepreneurs. It was slow and haphazard, and thus the trials and errors. But then artificial intelligence arrived. ChatGPT and Gemini accelerated my thinking and research exponentially. Today, I want to show you what we have figured out. How to create a working relationship with AI to create your MVB, minimum viable business. This is exactly what we need to know about how to make the money we want, doing what we love in the time we choose to work. Let's begin with my personal mission. My mission is going to be accomplished when freelancing becomes known as an income secure career choice and a respected professional practice. And today, I work with AI every day to help move this idea forward. So I realized that the solution, like so many other solutions, lies in knowledge, which is a gigantic variable today. Let's ask this. What percentage of the world's knowledge does any one person personally possess? Almost none. What percentage of the world's knowledge does any one person now have access to? Almost all of it. Gaining knowledge requires effort. Effort to find it, effort to receive it, and then figure out how to use it, which so often turned out being, man, that's not helpful. Today, we can reverse engineer this process. We can start with what we want to accomplish and have AI suggest multiple solutions. We can choose one and then go find the specific knowledge we then need. Most people today use AI transactionally. We ask a question and we get a beautifully worded answer, and that's helpful. But the real opportunity with AI is something different. It's creating a working relationship with AI, not just asking questions, but collaborating with it on a mission, actually having a conversation with it, an ongoing conversation. So how do we create this mission-focused relationship? When you start working on a new business idea, start a new chat with AI. ChatGPT is the one I'm most familiar with, but I'm also have some familiarity with Gemini. And we need to give it four pieces of information. First, who you are. Your bio could be your LinkedIn profile or a resume. Second, the mission, the problem that you set out to solve, or what exactly motivated you to come up with this idea. Third, the business idea itself, which will be your minimum viable business, which is what we're going to create with AI. And fourth, AI's role in the project, which to me is always chief of staff. I suggest you name your AI partner for the fun of it and to get in the habit of a conversation. I call mine Sherlock, and we talk every day. And Sherlock's role is my chief of staff, which includes many different roles and assignments. Each idea is its own unique project, and each idea gets its own chat. One idea focused on one mission located in its own dedicated conversation. Every chat about this idea takes place in this same chat. AI never forgets. It remembers everything, our thinking, our decisions, our strategy. It keeps things organized, and we can find it again. And it can think. It can make suggestions. It keeps us in our lane and focused on the mission. And we can ask it what we need to ask it, like, hey, what's next? Or what else do we need to include? Being in our lane and focused are indications of clarity. And clarity has a lot to do with sustainability. Specifically, business sustainability is being pretty clear on these four things. First, our client. Second, the outcome they want from us. Third, how the work gets done. And fourth, a profitable price. When these four elements are clear, decision-making becomes a lot easier. Marketing and operations both become more efficient and more effective. The minimum viable business requires four more items in order to complete the definition of the idea. The 8 essential elements are client, outcome, the gig, pricing, capacity, revenue, mission and messaging, and lead generation. These 8 elements are all we need to know about an idea in order to assess its potential. No more, no less. The MVB is created during a 9-step conversation led by AI. It usually takes about an hour. AI asks the questions, you provide the answers, and together you create your MVB. In this process, AI learns about you and your business idea, and it becomes your chief of staff. At the end of that conversation, AI produces a succinct definition of your business. Your MVB, it includes your ideal client, the outcome delivered to them, the description of the gig, the revenue model, including a profit, owner's compensation, messaging ideas, competitors, and lead generation strategies. Your MVB, your minimum viable business, exact amount of information we need in order to assess the potential of what our business is going to look like. Once you have your MVB, now the strategy work begins. Save the MVB as a Word or a Google Doc, then start a new chat with AI. Load the MVB into this new chat and give it a new instruction, a new role, something that says, you are my strategy partner. This attached document defines my business design. Help me improve it. Now your AI is your strategy partner. At this point, something interesting happens. You now have an employee who understands your business very well. An employee who remembers everything, who can analyze ideas instantly, and who is available on demand. Your AI chief of staff. Let me close with 3 invitations. First, if you work with entrepreneurial support organizations, I'm interested in collaborating with them. The MVB Guide is meant to be white labeled to support the mission of these organizations and individuals. Second, if you are or want to be a freelancer, the MVB Guide is designed for 3 important challenges: designing a startup, exploring pivot options, and defining your cruising speed, which is your optimum mix of time and money. And lastly, if you decide to use the MVB Guide, I would genuinely love to hear about your experience. Please let me know. My mission may very well be beyond my individual capabilities. My hope is that many others will adopt this mission. Because freelancing is freedom. It is a life of joy and purpose, serving others, making a difference, and making the money we want in the time we choose to work. And now with AI, we have a remarkable new partner to help us do that. One that is more than capable of expanding our knowledge judiciously, so that we may now have fast and easy access to all of that knowledge in our specific field of expertise. And if knowledge really is the solution, judicious knowledge, then I believe with AI as your chief of staff, in conjunction with your MVB, will guide you to a profitable and sustainable freelance practice. All the best. Thank you and have fun.